Welcome back, everyone. It's Evanusa57 here. I'm back on NeverWinter on the Xbox One, bringing you, finally, Part 5 of my Making Astral Diamonds guide series, whatever you would like to call it. So today, this is actually going to cover two things. It's step number 5, or part number 5 in my strategy for making diamonds, and also you will be able to farm for marks. So what we're doing is we're farming for greater marks, or technically any kind of mark. Now, you can do this any day, but it is best to do on the weekends because you can choose which layer you go to. So where we are is in the Dread Ring, and you'll normally see me run this. I'm sure most of you, if you've watched stream, have seen me run this. And you can do it on every one of your characters that has the Dread Ring campaign unlocked and is level 70. Depending upon the day, you will receive different rewards. So there's 3 layers. There's the Dread Spire, which mainly drops Mark of Power, the Dread Forge, that drops Marks of Stability, and Phantasmal Fortress, which drops Marks of Union. So this is basically how I get the majority of all of my marks, whether they be lesser, regular, or greater. Now the trick with this is Mondays and Fridays are Vanguard Script days. So your chances of a mark are extremely slim. But on the weekends, you will get this quest from Sergeant Knox, and you can actually choose which layer you want to do. So like I said, Spire, Forge, and Phantasmal Fortress. Normally I do Phantasmal Fortress. It's just personal preference, and you will see in Zone people looking for groups for the different layers. It's personal preference. If you would like to join a group, you can. If you can solo the little dungeon, then that's fine as well. Now, once per day, you will be able to claim your gauntlet, which in the campaign under gauntlets for Dread Ring, you can get all the way up to an Adamantian gauntlet. If you have an Adamantian gauntlet, you can pull some of the best rewards from the chest on the right. Remember, that is only once per day, but that's not what we're primarily farming for. So there's an additional item, and I'm going to go ahead and show you. If you talk to the Bounty Master, you can trade in your Onyx fragments that you pick up for Vanguard Script. You can also get Vanguard Script from the daily quests, and you will get Vanguard Script from completing the lair. So when you have some Vanguard Script, you come over here to Dell, and you view wares. So you can get the Thayan Lair key for 10 Vanguard Script, and you can keep buying them infinitely, as many as you want for what you're doing. So right now I have 3 Thayan Lair keys plus the quest, which would allow me to run the instance, or any instance I wanted, 4 times. I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you what some of the stuff that you can pull is. Now this is a bit of a long-term thing. I'm going to show you potentially how much you could make. Keep in mind, I sold these marks a little while ago during a double refinement event, and there is a trick to selling them, but you can sell them for up to about 50,000 diamonds a piece. That is incredibly lucky, and you normally do not get that high of a price, but it can be done if you time it right and you hold on to the marks. So while I'm running over there, I'll explain selling the stuff a little bit. It used to be that there was an Astral Diamond requirement to buy those Thayan Lair keys. That's why marks used to sell on an average day of the week for 40,000 diamonds a piece. And they don't do that anymore. They sell for about 5 to 10,000 diamonds a piece on an average day of the week. Now the thing of it is during double diamonds events and during double refinement events, those items go up in price. And they go up in price usually a considerable bit. So you want to try and time it if you're patient, but you don't have to be. You can sell them right off the bat, take the 5 to 10,000 diamonds, keep them for yourself, whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. But if you're patient, you're going to want to list the marks for the very first day of double refinement and on bid, not buyout. By doing that, you can still occasionally sell the marks for, like you've seen, I had a couple that sold for 50,000, one for 60,000. Sometimes you can put 2 in a pack and put them on bid, and people keep bidding because they're not looking at the buyout price, and you can actually get more for them. Now, if you want to sell them at a guaranteed price, you put them on buyout, and you put them on buyout for about 15,000 during double refinement, and you should be able to sell every one of them relatively quick. Now, as double refinement goes on, you will start to receive less and less for those marks because people like to undercut. So basically, all you want to do is run through the lair as fast as possible. Whether you do Spire, Forge, or, Phantasmal Fortress doesn't really matter. It's up to you. So let's talk about a few of the rewards that you can get from doing this. Of course, you can get grater marks. You can also get regular marks, which usually don't sell for much. There may be 1,000 diamonds a piece, depending upon the type. This is also dependent upon what platform you're on. Every platform has a different market value, so you will have to check that out for yourself. And that changes frequently. You can also get lesser marks, which for some reason are more expensive than regular marks. And they typically go anywhere from 1,500 diamonds to 5,000 or 6,000 diamonds a piece. So I'm just pulling everything through here. Now, of course, while you're killing the enemies, you'll be earning your refinement. So there's multiple different things that you can do. Make sure that you pick up any of the little white looking things because you can get more onyx fragments. I usually average maybe about 4 to 5 onyx fragments per run, which is usually enough for about 1 Vanguard Script. A few other things you can get. Unbound Refinement Point Stones. It's fantastic. Again, another item that you can sell or keep for yourself if you need refinement. But that is entirely 100% up to you what you actually wish to do with it. And you can actually get from the chest on the right, which there is a way to get more chances at that chest. You just need the Priceless Thayan Antiquity, which gives you a Star Metal Gauntlet. But you can get up to a superior mark of potency. So let's go ahead and check the chest on the right in a second. Now from the left, I got the Thayan Cipher, 3 Vanguard Script, and a couple lessers. Now, of course, they're going to go into my stack of stuff. As you can see, I have quite a few of them because I've built this up over a long time of farming. But for the purposes of the video, I'm going to go ahead and separate them out. Now from that, I got a Lesser Union Stone and a Lesser Mark of Stability. From the chest on the right, which is I'm using the Adamantian Gauntlet, I got a Radiant Enchantment rank 6. Not the best reward, but not really bad. You would get 2 enchantments if it was during double enchantments. So I did not pull anything super fantastic from that run, but it is not entirely common that you don't pull stuff. So if we take a basic look at the value, I have 3 items that I can sell right now. That's worth 1,300. That's worth basically 4,000. I can probably get 4,075 diamonds for it. So that's pretty cool. It's a stability. And then the Union Stone is worth about 1,100 diamonds. Now this is the pricing on the Xbox One. So that's roughly 2,000, 6,000, and 400 diamonds worth of stuff that I just pulled for a couple minutes worth of work. Now, if you want, you can simply go ahead and exit the lair, assuming you have more Thayan lair keys, and then you can go ahead and wait for the loading screen to be able to go back in to the lair. So all you have to do is walk away from it, and then you can click on the lair to go back in using a Thayan lair key. Now, as long as you have a Thayan lair key, you can go into any of the 3 layers that you want to. Personal preference, I like to do the Spire, and that's just because it drops unions. It's also really quick to do. It seems to be the fastest of the 3 layers because all of them have loading screens or different sequences that you have to go through. I will show you one trick that one of my friends actually came up with, and this helps if you're going to use the method of farming this instead of on the same character, but once per day on every single character that you have. If you're going to use that strategy, this layer is definitely the easiest one that you can do. And the reason why it's the easiest one that you can do is there's actually a way to skip several of the enemies, which is pretty cool. It's not a bug or anything, it's just a strategy that's been around since, oh hell, Mod 5. So basically what you want to be able to do is make sure that you can survive from this point in the dungeon all the way to the second bonfire. And it's relatively easy for me to do. Even on most of my lower level characters, just kind of stack your defense, and you might need a few healing potions. But you're basically just going to want to run through it as fast as possible. If you have movement speed gems, use those. If you have a mount that gives you movement speed as a bonus, you can use that. Of course, you do want to keep like your Fey Blessing enchantment and your Quartermaster's enchantment on so you can earn Refinement at the same time as doing this. And if you do not have at least VIP rank 7, this may be annoying because you'll need injury kits. When you get that message that you have unlocked a new checkpoint or new spawn point, simply defeat yourself. All the enemies will despawn and run away except for those 3 right there. Slay them as fast as possible, and then continue your journey to the boss fight. Now there is one other thing that you can collect, actually 2 of them that you can collect. There is a magic skill kit back by that bonfire, and there is a treasure chest right here that you can open. So some people like opening this treasure chest because you have guaranteed copper and silver, you can get potions, you can even get, if you're extremely lucky, all the way up to a unified elements. Same thing with the skill kit. I'm actually going to show you how to get to the skill kit because some people don't know how to do it. And again, you can get up to a unified elements. If you get unified elements, that's 50k. So what you want to do is from this bonfire, kind of jump up and follow the wall. You'll be able to fall down to this little section of floor right there, and then interact with the skill kit. Now, I did not get anything good there, but that's okay. It's not often you get good rewards. Then that little ghost bridge appears, and you can simply move on. Sometimes, if you're doing that, though, you will have to fight these enemies because they will eventually walk back to you. So it really depends on whether you're doing this on a strong character or a weak character, but what you choose to do is entirely personal preference and entirely up to you. As you can see right there, I did proc my Dragon Horde enchantment, and I got a lesser resonance stone off of it. So this entire time we're farming stuff through multiple means. And that's why I put this as part 5, because this is not the easiest thing to do, but it definitely is a very effective strategy and will make you a considerable amount of diamonds. If you are short on Vanguard Script, there's several things that you can do. A, you can transfer Onyx fragments from multiple characters. You can buy them off of the trade house. And you can also do one other neat thing, which is under your skirmishes, you can queue for the Dread Legion skirmish. You only have to be level 60 to do that. And the reward from completing the Dread Legion skirmish is Vanguard Script. So here we go, let's have a look again. Now this time I got 2 lesser marks of union in the unidentified item, which you could identify and sell if you wanted to. Let's split the stack, because I had 2 of those. Sadly, I haven't pulled a greater mark yet, so it's not really showing the potential for greater marks. Lesser, I want to put it up for a quick sell right now, 4,500 diamonds. Probably could get 9,000 for those if I held on to them for double diamonds, but I'm not going to hold on to them for the purposes of the video. So let me just go ahead and scroll up to my recent sale. As you see, that just sold, the Lesser Union Stone sold instantly for 1,100 diamonds, meaning I take home 990 diamonds. I'm going to run this one more time because this is not the most entertaining thing to do, but the reason why I like it and consider it valuable is because this is something that allows you to prep over time. Not only can you get all the marks that you'll ever need for upgrading enchantments, artifacts, artifact gear, all of that on multiple characters, you can get everything that you'll ever want without having to buy it. It's also something that allows you to farm through kills as well. So like the paradots and everything that I'm getting, those come from my Dragon Horde enchantment. The bound to account enchantments, the random rank 5 ones, those come from my Fey Blessing enchantment. You could also use Wanderer's Fortune as a mount bonus in here. You can use your Quartermaster's enchantment to get Spoils of War. And all of that is contributing to the refinement that you earn, thereby limiting the refinement that you actually need to buy and allowing you to sell the refinement that you pull out of this dungeon. Or any other dungeon for that matter. Last thing, you can also farm the event. Because this is technically a level 70 zone, it doesn't need to lower your level. So any events that are active, the Gift of Timora, Gift of the Gods, anything like that. Right now, at the time I'm recording this, I have the Wonders of Gond event active. So as I'm running through doing this, I'm also picking up Wondrous Grommets and stuff like that from my kills. Since I'm doing that, I'm further increasing the profitability of doing these runs. Basically, I'm using part 2 of my Making Astral Diamond guide at the same time as I'm working on part 5. So you're multitasking is what you're doing. Part 2, for those of you who may not have seen it, will be linked in the description. It's also going to be in a separate playlist, so you can simply go back and watch any episodes that you may have missed. But that is farming events. So basically what I say is, whatever event is active, no matter how good or bad the event is, there is always something, some small part of it, that is actually worth farming. In this case, the Wonders of Gond event has been out so many times that the mounts are not super expensive and it takes a long time to actually make a doohickey. I did a video on that though. There we go, there's Elemental Fire. That's actually worth a considerable amount of diamonds, several hundred. So that chest was worth opening. But basically, the Wonders of Gond event isn't the most fantastic event out since it's been out so many times. That's why all I'm doing is picking up the grommets and selling the grommets. Now, depending on what platform you're on and exactly when the event is going on, the items that you get from the event could sell for only a couple thousand diamonds, all the way up to they could potentially sell for tens, if not 20 or 30,000 or more diamonds. So there's multiple different things that you can do, which makes it really cool. And all of these unidentified items that you see me discarding, because you get one almost every single time, you don't have to discard it. If you have identification scrolls, whether they be the ones you pick up off the ground, or they be the ones that you get from VIP, you could go ahead and identify those items, sell them on the Tarmaloon Trade House for 100 or 200 diamonds, which they do add up. I mean, if you sold every one for 100 diamonds and you sold 10 of them, there's 1,000 diamonds for you. Or you could sell them to a vendor for gold if you need gold. So there we go. I got a Mark of Union and a Union Stone. Let's take a look at how much that sells for. And this will be technically my last run. You typically average, or at least I average, a greater mark 1 in 5 runs. So this Market Union is actually worth a little bit. It says about 1,600. I'm going to put it up for quick sale at 1,500. should be able to get around 2,500 for it on double refinement. Then the Union Stone, which you could keep or sell, it's up to you. It's worth about 2,400 diamonds right now. Usually would go up to around 4,000 diamonds on double refinement. I'm going to put it up for quick sale at 2,300 just because I do not have the inventory space to hold on to it. But there you go. You have seen me run through 3 runs. I already sold one of the Union items. I got a potion off the ground, about 10 wondrous grommets, and have stuff up on the auction house for around 20,000 diamonds. Now, there is one item that you did not see me pull, but you can also get. It is called the little wondrous, well, it's not wondrous, but it's a cask of wonders. And it's an annoying item. You can pull it out of the chest. It's relatively common. And depending upon your platform, it sells for anywhere between 9,000 to 11,000 diamonds. You can pull that and a greater mark at the same time. So if you got really super lucky, you could pull a greater mark and a cask of wonders, netting you under normal circumstances, no double events, around 15,000 diamonds plus. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, looking forward to part 6 of my Making Astral Diamonds guide. I don't know, you name it. By all means, leave a question, leave a comment, message me directly. It's up to you, whatever you'd like to do. Otherwise, smash the like button, share the video with a friend, guildmate, whatever, and of course, subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay frosty.